So how's it going today, guys? Back here with another video. Today we're going to be doing the top 5 shooting guards here in NBA 2k23 Myteam. I got 3 honorable mentions, and yeah man, let's just get into it. I kind of want to make known that this is primary shooting guards only, of course, so like T-Mac and cards like that where they're small forward primary, those kind of cards will not be on this list. They will be on the small forward list. And also this is from a triple threat perspective. So kind of changes things a lot. A lot of people rank their lists on a 5-on-5 perspective, but mine's definitely from a triple threat perspective, man. So just kind of keep that in mind. It's like rim running and some things like that are a lot more valuable in triple threat. All right, so first honorable mention that I kind of want to just throw out there, man, is Sapphire Mike Miller, who is just, if you were on like an ultra budget, you know, if you just started playing this game or what have you, you know, you haven't grinded up any XP or anything like that yet, I would definitely recommend getting Mike Miller, man, because he's just a knockdown shooter. Absolutely elite. He's kind of like just a downgrade of a card that's coming up on the list, but I mean, that's what he's going to give you, man. He's a little bit slow. He's not going to be very good on defense, but if you just want someone to hit shots, Mike Miller can absolutely do that. So he's the first honorable mention, man. And then another one is if you have this Ruby Bradley Beal card, he can definitely cook, man. Really good release, really fast, pretty decent rim running card as well. And you know, he's small. That's kind of one thing. He's small for shooting guard, and then defensively not going to be great, but I mean, offensively he pretty much gives you the full package, I would say. So Brad Beal's another pretty good card. And then last honorable mention, man, just barely didn't make the list for me, is this Mitch Richmond card right here, man. Of course, can evolve up to an Amethyst. Going to be just a really knockdown shooter. Has a really good release. His releases always kind of reminded me of Vince Carter's a little bit. Just really, really smooth. Really, really easy to green. And I mean, just kind of, yeah, man. Just a very good offensive card. A little bit undersized again. And going to be, I would say, definitely better than Brad Beal on defense for sure, but maybe a little bit worse offensively. But going to be a really good card for you, man. If you have Mitch Richmond, I mean, don't be afraid to use him because he's really, really good. And then coming in at number 5, starting off the list here, is probably the best shooting card in the entire game, and that is Ruby Kyle Korver. I mean, I don't think that there's a better, maybe even a better scorer in the game besides like maybe like Kyrie Irving. Well, no, there's definitely better scorers, but shooting-wise, I don't think there's a better shooter in the game than Ruby Kyle Korver. I mean, he just hits everything, whether it's contested or not. I mean, you can green everything with this card. Such a nightmare to defend on online play. And yeah, I mean, just elite. I mean, just the gap between this card and other cards with like green window, with release, with just the ability to green shots, make shots, whites going in. I mean, this card is just ridiculous. I mean, he's not going to be good on defense, not going to be a good rim runner, any of that. Really, all it gives you is shooting, but to me, he's the best shooter in the game. So he has to come in at number 5. And then coming in at number 4 is a very underrated card, man. A card that not very many people talk about. And quite frankly, I don't know why. And that is Anthony Edwards, because he gives you a very good release, pretty good shot creator as well, man, I would say, off the dribble, and then elite rim running, pretty good defense as well. I don't really see like what this card doesn't give you. You know, there's obviously better options at the shooting guard, but I mean, this card is a really, really good all-around card, especially, you know, for like triple threat online co-op, triple threat online. He can run your point if you need. I mean, he does get plucked a little bit, which is kind of unfortunate, but so you might not want to have him as like your primary ball handler, or just be careful if you're using him as your primary ball handler. But I mean, this card is so underrated. I never really hear anyone talking about this card, but this card is really, really good, man, and that is Ruby Anthony Edwards. Another card that might be just a little bit of personal bias, but I think is so underrated too. I never see anyone using this card. I never see anyone talking about this card, but this is my personal favorite card in the entire game, man, that I've used, and that is Amethyst J.R. Smith. Elite shot creating, elite rim running, just offensively in general, an absolutely elite card. Release is a little bit slow. That's one kind of downside I would say on the offensive end. I wish his release was quicker. But other than that, gives you pretty much everything on the offensive end, I would say. And then defensively, very, very good as well, man. I mean, he's going to be able to lock down a lot of cards. So I just don't really see many flaws with this J.R. Smith card. He's not going to give you anything like Kyle Korver would for shooting, for example. He's not going to give you anything on that just absolutely elite level. But, I mean, he's way above average at everything. So I mean, those are the kind of cards that I like, and I love using him as my primary ball handler. And he's just a really, really fun card to use, and I think he's super underrated, just like Anthony Edwards. And then coming in at number 2 is Amethyst Devin Booker, man. I mean, this card offensively, I don't think there's a better shot creating card in the game. I think he's the best shot creating card maybe besides like Diamond Kyrie. I mean, that Diamond Kyrie's kind of in a league of his own offensively. There's really no other card that's like that Diamond Kyrie. But I would say the same about Amethyst Booker as well. I don't really know if there's another card offensively that's like Devin Booker. Just like his movement, his ability to get open, his release is elite. His release is so fast. Defensively, going to struggle a little bit, but just his effectiveness on the offensive end of the court, one of definitely like the top 2 or 3 offensive cards in the entire game. So he has to come in at number 2, man. I mean, there's just no question. And then coming in at number 1 for me, for sure, has to be Diamond Brandon Roy. Now, this is kind of judging by stats and badges, because the times that I've played against this card, the people that were playing with him like weren't crazy impressive with him, which is kind of surprising. But I'm sure, like judging stats and badges wise and everything, like this card's the best shooting guard in the game for sure. I mean, Brandon Roy can just do everything at an elite level. Going to be an amazing defender, rim running. I mean, just going to be an insane rim runner. Going to be able to shot create. His speed with ball is really, really good. His movements are really, really good. I just don't think that you could really argue anyone else to the number 1 spot. Now, if you are including like primary small forwards to run at the shooting guard, then yes, you could. You definitely could. But as far as like primary shooting guards, man, Brandon Roy is definitely the best in the game. I don't think there's any question. So that's going to be the list, man. I really hope that you guys did enjoy the video. We'll be back with more content soon. If you're new, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. We'll do a giveaway at 500 subscribers. And also, please make sure to leave a like on the video, man. That's always much appreciated. But with all that being said, I will see you guys in the next video.